Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is. I do hope it finds you well. My name is John, and I'm an author, and welcome to my writing space. I'm coming to you here today with the first in a series I'm planning on and hoping to do a little bit more often, where I'm just going to do some writing, maybe a blog post or a prompt response, or maybe even writing and work on my actual the third book I'm working on, When Gods Do Metal, um, live here, partly as a way to keep myself on track. But to start off with here, I wanted to start off with, I'd really appreciate it if you were to leave me a like, share, leave a comment. What do you think of this new video series I'm starting off with here today? What I wrote, my new website, which I'll get to in a second, as well as down below are links to my socials, my website, which we have right here, my books. I would love for you to check all of those out. It would really help me and support me. But yeah, to start off with, I've done some work over the last few days and really reorganized my website. I just wasn't, I created the website 6 years ago now when I published my first book, and sort of come to realize recently that I haven't really done that much work on it. Um, and just wasn't happy with the format I had set up on it or anything like that. So I spent some time reorganizing it, created a little logo for myself. We have the introductory page, um, sort of introduce myself. And down here we have some of my my newest, most recent posts on here. I'm still working on this. This is, at the bottom, if you want to, keep apprised of updates. I'm really trying to update this blog more often. You can, sign up and subscribe to the website. I've got links to my two published works, which you see, pop up here, take you directly to Amazon. I'm looking at creating some other stuff. Like, I know there's multiple different things like Patreon and stuff where you can, load up stuff like that. But I'm looking at maybe creating something like that, which will be here. And I'm on the lookout for good, like, resources and suggestions for writing, which will eventually go here. Nice, handy links to all of my social media pages. See, pops up here to my official Facebook for my writing and all of that. So, um, getting that all set up, we have some nice new memory. I've got the menus better organized. We have about me, we've got a little information here. If you want to contact me directly instead of one of the socials, that'll reach out to me. Under writing space, I have any of the sample chapters. I've been, whenever I finish a chapter part, posting an excerpt from it. And you have the information here. Those are just stock photos, but yeah, I'd usually try to get them. My writing blog, which hopefully has all the information and the links here. It's been a while since I've done any of these. If you want to leave a review of my work, I think it'd be awesome. I would appreciate it if you want to hop on there and do that at some point. Um, and then I've written some thoughts, reviews, etc., on some things. I might start getting into this a little bit more too. Um, and then a link to my YouTube channel. So that's just a little bit about what that is looking like here and the updates I've made. I'm still working on it and tinkering with it. Any suggestions or feedback you have on the setup or organization I would really appreciate. So if you want to take a look at that. But for today, I am going to be taking a little bit of time and writing a really just a small, short blog post here. Waiting for the technology to catch up with me. Cha cha cha. And my dogs are taking a moment. So getting that here. Sorry, one moment here while my dogs scream at the continuing to don't want to do an image. How do I have? Yeah, all right. So what I am calling this is, and really the whole theme of it is, my message is keep writing, keep creating. Fix that here. All right, so I'll figure that out. All right, so taking a little bit of time to write here. So really the questions are, what I'm thinking about in this brief blog here is, how do you keep writing, creating, and being yourself, really, when it feels like everything is falling apart? And how do you prioritize your creative side? So a lot of this comes down to, there are lots of things going on in the world. I have struggled. That's one of the reasons I haven't posted as much as I'd like to, written as much as I'd like to, and many other things on this channel or elsewhere, is how much there have been things that I've been dealing with and going through over the last nearly a year at this point, with looking for a job, some personal stuff going on, struggles with my mental health. Um, Things are getting better, but I'm still wrestling at times with my depression and anxiety and ADHD, and more often than not, two or all of them together, egging each other on and exacerbating each other. So it's definitely a challenge, and I'm not going to go too far into this. I want to keep this space largely about writing, but if you are, as I am, disappointed with the results of Tuesday's election, particularly, um, yeah, just if you're disappointed in that, if you're worried about the women in your life, friends, family, etc., people that are on, just all kinds of people, LGBTQIA plus, women, trans, all, it's it's all matter of things that I'm, worried about. I'm worried about what's going to happen to with the country, remembering what happened in his last term of office, and just yeah, I guess I'm not going to go into it in too much in depth, but yeah, just disappointment and a sense of emptiness that came along with it, and really out of that came a determination that I'm going to be talking about here. So I'm going to do a little bit more writing here. So we all have things that go on. Yeah. Busyness, stress, oxygen, etc. from working or looking to find work. Of anyone, just a little plug for myself. Anyone hiring remotely looking for someone with a fair degree of customer service and management/supervision experience, please let me know. It has been a long year of looking. Fix that here. I'm going to change it from weather here to it could be that find work you too tired or distracted to spend time pursuing your creative interests. It could be personal things going on, such as medical or mental health concerns. Struggle with my depression, anxiety, the health concerns or relationship issues, or any number of other things have you not in the right mindset to pursue your passions. It could be taking a look at the world around you and the events that are happening to it are feeling overwhelming, and what is even the point of creating art or pursuing other things that interest you outside of just surviving. All right. How do you keep going? Add to this. This is something that I have struggled with for my entire time attempting to work as a writer, dating all the way back to the summer of 2007. How has it been 14 years? Nope, 14, I can do math. 17 years. I mean, seriously. All the way back to the summer. Struggled with balancing and prioritizing my writing. At first it was the demands of being a junior slash senior slash graduate student. And then involving just life getting the better of me, whether that be too much stress from work or too many house projects I have procrastinated on, or anything else. At the core of the issue has been my mental health. I have talked about it a number of times in this blog and on my YouTube channel. Please check it out. You can search for John's Writing Space. And subscribing would be awesome and really help me out. I have struggled most of my life with depression, which only in the last year I've really been coming to terms with how persistent and severe it has been. Anxiety and ADHD, also a diagnosis that is about a year old and has led me to working on developing new coping mechanisms and also realizing how much it has impacted my life, particularly depression in particular. Depression has stopped me from writing quite frequently, as it leads to a strong lack of motivation to do anything at all, much never mind something that would actually make me happy. How do I spell? Anxiety makes me worry that no one will read a book that I'll change that to writing, that I am a fraud, that my writing isn't worthwhile, and putting it out there will just lead nowhere. This is blended with my depression too, but a lot of that is a feeling of anxiety. Finally, ADHD plays a role in that while I love creating, I have dozens of stories in various stages of planning out in my head, but actually sitting down and writing can at times be tedious. Don't even get me started on editing. This is hard for someone with ADHD because things that our brains find boring, we tend to procrastinate and or avoid it completely. This is what has led to my extremely, I'm going to capitalize that for effect, sporadic writing, self-promotion, etc. Editing, I'll add that in, etc. progress. while I have rarely worked to try and advertise myself and get my name out into the world. With all of that going on, and with the worrying state of the world, and feeling like nothing we do individually matters much and no one will notice us, how do we keep on going? One thing that I am working on is making sure that I am not beating myself up for not writing or keeping to a schedule. Not following through on something like that with yourself is a moment to reevaluate how you have how one has planned out the work and what you are using to remind yourself and keep yourself on track. Beating oneself up over things like that is not something that is helpful and will often only accentuate the concern, the feelings that led to lack of follow through in the first place. Another thing that I am increasingly realizing and trying to keep in mind is that doing what we love is important. There are many forces in the world, including some in our own brains, that want us to just be cogs in a machine, not so much living as just existing from one day to the next. Doing what we love, expressing ourselves, being creative, artistic in whatever form that takes is a large part of what makes us human. I am increasingly convinced of this. It also stops what is going on in the world from taking root in our heads. There are many things that can limit us or rule over us or control us in the outside world, but at least until my dogs finish their assigned telepathy work, that's contracted telepathy work, there is no way to control someone else's mind. It can be influenced, and that is what keeps many people from being themselves, is they have been influenced into trying to fit in with society, and that can be hard to overcome but it is important that we all stay true to ourselves. Wrong button. This has been a revelation that I have had in the last couple of days. That's the greatest defiance of all the forces, internal and I can spell forces, there's an R in there, internal and external, that want to keep us in our place, is to be ourselves in whatever way that takes. That is what has motivated me to do more work and greatly improve the flow and structure of my website this week. And make plans to more regularly get into writing and finding ways to connect with others and put myself out there. I will end by saying that my challenge for all of you is to keep writing, keep creating, and keep creating, and keep being yourself. The world is hard. It is a hard and scary place, and for a lot of people, the events of this week have dialed that up to 11. However, I encourage everyone to keep being themselves and doing what you love. Whether that be expressing and being open and proud about however you identify, whether that be speaking out and advocating for others, and whether that be expressing your artistic and creative side, or multiple of those together. How that be expressing? You identify. Is how we show the world who we really are and make them sit up and make the world sit up and listen and hear us and respect us. Being ourselves and expressing, being ourselves, expressing ourselves, and doing things that we enjoy is how we win. We don't, how we win. Even if the only thing it feels like you have won is peace. And no, that's not the right type of peace. Peace and freedom inside your own head. That is still a victory over the many things that try to stop us from doing just that. Good. Comment, subscribe to my website and socials. Oh, below. All right, take two of doing this finish here. After some trouble with the program, also it sort of cut off before I finished the blog post, but I was pretty much at the end anyway. So if you want to check out the full blog post, I would really appreciate you doing that. Go and like, comment, follow, subscribe to my website. All of that would be awesome. That's linked down below, as well as the title cards that are end cards that are coming up here in just a second. We'll have my um, con- website URL. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this type of video, please like, share, subscribe, throw a comment down about what you liked, what you didn't like, what I could do different next time. I appreciate any and all feedback. It would really help me out a lot, help out my channel and my journey as a writer. To follow me on the various socials, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel here, check out my books. All of that is linked down below and be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for your support, for watching the video, and I do hope you all have a great rest of your day, get a chance to do or experience something creative, and I'll catch you on the next one.